Time now for Today in History. On August 12, 2017, a driver sped into a crowd of people peacefully protesting a white nationalist rally in the Virginia college town of Charlottesville, killing 32-year-old Heather Heyer and injuring more than a dozen others. The attacker, James Alex Fields, was sentenced to life in prison on 29 federal hate crime charges and life plus 419 years on state charges. Also on the state, in 1867, President Andrew Johnson sparked a move to impeach him as he defied Congress by suspending Secretary of War Edwin M. Stanton, with whom he had clashed over Reconstruction policies. Johnson was acquitted by the Senate. In 1898, fighting in the Spanish-American War came to an end. In 1909, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, home to the Indianapolis 500, first opened. In 1944, during World War II, Joseph P. Kennedy Jr., eldest son of Joseph and Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy, was killed with his co-pilot when their explosive-laden Navy plane blew up over England. In 1953, the Soviet Union conducted a secret test of its first hydrogen bomb. In 1960, the first balloon communication satellite, the Echo 1, was launched by the United States from Cape Canaveral. In 1981, IBM introduced its first personal computer, the Model 5150, at a press conference in New York. In 1985, the world's worst single aircraft disaster occurred as a crippled Japan Airlines Boeing 747 on a domestic flight crashed into a mountain, killing 520 people. 4 passengers survived. In 1990, fossil collector Sue Hendrickson found one of the largest and best preserved Tyrannosaurus rex skeletons ever discovered. Nicknamed Sue after Hendrickson, the skeleton is now on display at Chicago's Field Museum. In 1994, in baseball's 8th work stoppage since 1972, players went on strike rather than allowing team owners to limit their salaries. In 2000, the Russian nuclear submarine Kursk and its 118-man crew were lost during naval exercises in the Barents Sea. In 2013, James Whitey Bulger, the feared Boston mob boss who became one of the nation's most wanted fugitives, was convicted in a string of 11 killings and dozens of other gangland crimes, many of them committed while he was said to be an FBI informant. Bulger was sentenced to life. He was fatally beaten at a West Virginia prison in 2018, hours after being transferred from a facility in Florida. And in 2022, Salman Rushdie, the author whose writing led to death threats from Iran in the 1980s, was stabbed by a man who rushed the stage as Rushdie was about to give a lecture in Western New York. That's Today in History. Now back to more music on Pep Radio.